You too.
Thank you. So you all know the Govardhan Puja story?
A little bit.
A little bit. What about Odiya and Vihar?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
But for us, it's tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow in Canada, I see. Okay. Shri Shri Radha Govinda and Srila Prabhupada welcomes you all for a level 2 Bhagavad Gita as it is course. These courses are offered by ISKCON Mangaluru under the directions of His Grace Namanishta Prabhu, and these courses are based on the teachings of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Om Agnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakhaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Nam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेषाय शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण एवरीवन हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna, Krishna,
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 हरे
Rama,
राम
Hare
हरे
Rama,
राम
Rama.
राम राम हरे हरे Hari Bol. So I'll just give brief about the Govardhan Puja, Govardhan story. Um, so we know that Krishna lifts the Govardhan for 7 days, right? This is not the story actually. It actually happens. The Govardhan Puja happens before all this. So it's like a dialogue. Krishna and Balaram and all their friends are there, and Nanda Maharaj and all the Brajavasis, they're trying to do some yagna. So they're collecting different things from different places and setting things up and getting ready for some yagna. So Krishna, his baby Krishna, so he's about 6 to 7 years old. So he goes up to his father and he says, Father, what you're all doing? So father hardly minds. Oh, this child is just a kid, so he hardly minds initially. And then Krishna goes up to him and he sits on the lap of the father. And then Krishna asks his father, Father, what are you all doing? Please tell me. And then Krishna gives some reasons why Nanda Maharaj has to tell Krishna what they're doing. He says sadhus will not have any like friends and enemies, isn't it? Sadhus will be equipoised to all. So they'll give the knowledge to all. So Nanda Maharaj is thinking, why Krishna is talking about sadhus now? I am not any sadhu, I'm a grihastha. Why Krishna is telling about sadhu? So then Krishna continues. There is further more. So then Nanda Maharaj says, I am not sadhu, I am a grihastha. Then Krishna says, okay, if one is grihastha also, they'll show more favor to their friends, isn't it? If someone, we usually show more favor to our friends, isn't it? Rather than enemies. So Krishna says, if one is grihastha or if someone is doing according to their dharma, then they have to show more favor to their friends. And I'm your own son. You have to tell me what you're all doing. So then Nanda Maharaj and all other people will be convinced. And then Krishna put some more arguments. Now in the future, I have to also do all these pujas, all these yagnas. So you have to teach me, right? You have to tell me how to do all this. So please tell me. Then all the people around Nanda Maharaj, they all say, yes, 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 you have to tell Krishna. Krishna also should know it because he is also future king of in the sense who is going to be the ruler in that village. So he says, and then okay, then they all says, okay, come, sit with us and hear what's happening. So they say that they're doing some yagna for Indra. And then Krishna asks, Father, why are you doing this yagna to Indra? Then Nanda Maharaj continues. All this is there in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. So Nanda Maharaj will tell that Krishna, we are doing it because the clouds, we get clouds, right? From clouds we get rain. we consider clouds as a representative of Indra. So because of clouds, we get rain, and because of rain, we have grains, and because of grains, we are surviving. So whatever we are having, it's because of Indra. So then Krishna is not very happy to hear this. Krishna says, "What? Indra? Indra is the one who is the cause of all this?" And actually, Krishna is not very happy with this, and he's little upset. So Krishna gives his new philosophy. Krishna doesn't say that I am God and you all have to worship me. No, Krishna has another plan now. So Krishna will not reveal himself as God here in this pastime. Krishna says, Father, the rain is not the cloud is not the representative of Indra. Your own karma, whatever activity that you're doing, we know, no? You know that you remember the cycle of sacrifice? How we are getting rain from the sacrifice. Do you all remember? Annad bhavanti bhutani parijanyad anna sambhavaha. In that shloka, how we are getting anna from rain. How we are getting rain? We are getting rain from the sacrifice, right? So Krishna is telling that through karma you're getting rain. It's not because of any Indra. If there is some Indra also, if I don't do activity, right? If I'm not going and working, then does the owner will give me salary? Is that possible? I'll just sit at home and will the owner give me salary? It's not possible, right? So Indra is just like that owner. You have to do the work. If you do the work, only Indra will give. So you don't need to worship Indra. So then Nanda Maharaj is little convinced here. And then so Krishna tells, so we have to worship our karma, right? We have to worship our karma. And what is our karma? Go Raksha. The Vaishyas, Krishna and all the other people, they're all Vaishyas, Vaishya community, right? So they're Go Raksha Vanijja. So their main thing is herding cows. And so Krishna says, so and whatever we are getting for our cows, we are getting all it from Govardhan. So we have to worship Govardhan. If you worship Govardhan, me, the cows, the Vrindavan Dham, I mean the paraphernalia will be happy. So just by hearing this, that Krishna, when Krishna said that I'll be happy, and the cows will be happy, Govardhan will be happy. Just by hearing this, Nanda Maharaj will be convinced. He will not think second time. I let me go and do Govardhan Puja because it pleases Krishna. Can you imagine how much love that they have for Krishna? Just at last, Krishna says, I'll be happy, the cows will be happy, and the Govardhan will be happy. So they all will take all the paraphernalia. And then Krishna says, you all making all this for Indra, so we can use this for Govardhan Puja. So let's do Govardhan Puja. So like that. And so the story follows, and they do Govardhan Puja, and that's what we are celebrating today. And after this, Indra gets angry, Indra gets really upset, and then he we all know the rest of the story, right? Indra gets upset and he will pour torrents of rain on Vrindavan, and then Krishna goes and lifts the hill for 7 days and 7 nights. So that's just a glimpse. Okay, we will continue. Mm. तमं सर्वेषु भूतेषु तिष्ठान्तं परमेश्वरं विनष्ट विनष्टात्सौ अविनश्यान्तं यः पश्यति स पश्यति. Vihan, you want to read the translation?
Okay, Mataji. One who sees the spiritual accompanying with the individual soul in our bodies and who understands that neither the soul nor the super soul within the destructible body is ever destroyed actually sees.
Yeah. Vihan, are you okay? You're feeling good?
Yeah.
Okay. So here Krishna is telling one who sees the super soul accompanying with the individual soul in all bodies, who understands that neither the soul nor the super soul within the destructible body is ever destroyed, actually sees. As I was telling yesterday also, all these are Gnana Yoga chapters. So this is after the point of soul. already the person realized that he's soul, so he has to raise his standard. So all these things, details that we will see in these chapters, it's mostly pertaining to the soul, body, super soul, and above that is Brahman and the other details. Because the Gnana sadhanas are mainly helping to get to the point of mode of goodness, and after mode of goodness to get to the level that Brahman is the ultimate, and at last me and Brahman are non-different. So like that. Okay, we'll see further. Samam pashyan hi sarvatra samavasthitam ishwaram nahinasti atmanam atmanam tato yati param gatim. Tanya, you want to read this translation? Soham, you want to read? Udyat, you want to go? Oh, yeah. Soham, go ahead.
One who sees the super soul equally present everywhere in every living being does not degrade himself by the mind. Thus, he approaches the transcendental destination.
Yeah. See, here we have to keep this in mind that it's all talking about the left wing. So when a person who sees Paramatma, who understands that there is Paramatma, super soul who is guarding the soul, but why this Jivatma, even though he's seeing the super soul, why he's not getting attracted to the super soul? Because he's completely kept in that thing that Brahman is the highest. All these are inferior. Brahman is the highest. I have to get to Brahman. I have to merge into Brahman. This is how his consciousness is. So he's even though he's seeing Paramatma, by seeing the beautiful form of Paramatma, he's getting attracted to it. His heart is going towards the Paramatma, and he's not able to turn himself away from Paramatma. Still, he's doing it because he wants, his ultimate goal is to merge into Brahman. But this person, he sees super soul present in every living entity, and he does not degrade himself by his mind. So he does not see any difference. So before also I was telling, he doesn't see dog. He doesn't see this is a dog eater, or a brahmana or a cow. He sees in every living entity this personality. He's seeing Paramatma only. He's seeing the soul and the super soul in every, and all these are just like some like some coverings, or like some we know that the parrot will be there in, what is that called, the parrot will be inside what? The cage, right? Like that. He's just seeing all the different bodies as different cages. And he's able to see the soul and the super soul in every living entity. It needs so much more of goodness, actually. Wow. Okay. Yada bhuta prithak bhavam ekastam anupashyati tatha eva cha vistaram brahma sampadyate tada. Udyat, you want to read?
Okay, Mataji. One who can see that all activities are performed by the body which is created in material nature and sees that the self does nothing, actually sees.
Yes. Same point again and again we are seeing, because it's helping us to remember it, right? See, the soul and the super soul are just sitting in the body. Whatever activities that we are doing, if you're eating, if you're talking, if I'm talking, if I'm sleeping, if I'm doing any activity, if I'm raising my hand, all these are due to the modes of material nature. Prakriti only is doing, but the soul is just watching it, and it's centering into it, and it's thinking, because if I'm in the human body, I'm thinking I'm human. If I'm in a dog body, I'll think I'm a dog. Like that. No dog will think that it's lower than a human being. If you go near the dog, it barks at us, isn't it? Does it be calm? No, it thinks that who you think you are. That's how the dog behaves. The dog thinks it's greater than us. So we are also like that. We think that we are great, but if the demigods, if they see us, then, like how we see, insects life from in one night. It's everything: birth, death, young, again adult, old age and death occurs in just one night for an insect. It feels like nothing for us. Similar, our life also, it just looks like that for the demigods and the higher plants. For Brahma, he doesn't even, just even one blink will have 100 lifetimes if in just one blink of Brahma's time. So, so for us, how we see insects, how we see how insignificantly we see the life of insects, like that our life will be very insignificant to the higher diligence. So, but a person who is spiritually realized, a person who is transcendentally situated, he can see the soul and the super soul rather than these bodies and lifetimes, right? Tanya, you want to read this?
One can see that the various bodies of the living entities arise due to the different desires of the individual soul and do not actually belong to the soul itself. One can actually seize.
Yes. So no, now why I got this human body? Why I got if I got a human body? Why I got this human body? If I got a dog body, why? If I got a demigod body, why? If I got any body, why? It's because of the different desires of the soul. Whatever the desires that we have, accordingly we get the body. So every day we are actually creating our next body. Every day, based on our activities, whatever we are doing, our next body is created. Okay. अनादित्वं अनादित्वं निर्गुणत्वात् परमात्मेयम् अव्ययः अनादित्वं निर्गुणत्वात् परमात्मेयम् अव्ययः शरीरस्थोऽपि कौन्तेय न करोति न लिप्यते. Vihan, you want to read this?
Okay, Mataji. Those with the vision of eternity can see the soul as transcendental, eternal, and beyond the modes of nature. Despite contact with the material body, O Ajra, the soul neither does anything nor is entangled.
Yeah. Those whose vision of eternity can be those with the vision of eternity can see that the soul is transcendental, eternal, and beyond the modes of nature. Despite contact with the material body, O Arjuna, the soul neither does anything nor is entangled. So this is very important point to understand. Now, because the soul is there in this body, right? Because the soul is identifying itself as a human or a dog or a cat, it doesn't mean that soul is getting impure. There is no contamination for the soul. Soul is shuddha. It's pure. It's Sachidananda Vigraha. It's as pure as Krishna. Krishna and the soul, all these are different elements, right? That now whatever we are seeing, it's all jada. It's all inert. It doesn't have any life in it. Unless and until the soul enters the body, there is no life in the body. So the soul, though it's there in different bodies, it's been there in different bodies, still the soul is never contaminated. So we have very good opportunity to transcend these modes because the soul is not getting contaminated. Whatever is happening, whatever contamination is there, whatever the enemies that we have, envy, pride, greed, lust, all these things are there in the mind only. It's not touching the soul. Soul is pure, or you're just imagining that, oh, I'm fat. Is soul fat? No, the body is fat. But the soul is thinking, I'm fat. I gain so much weight. I have to reduce weight. If I'm thinking like that, that means I'm still on the bodily platform. The soul is not fat, the body is fat. Right? Like that. Mm. Soham, you want to read this?
The sky, due to its subtile nature, does not mix with anything, although it is all creating. Similarly, the soul situated in Brahman vision does not mix with the body, though situated in that body.
There you go. So it's very nice analogy that Krishna is giving. We see sky everywhere, isn't it? Everywhere we see sky, right? But still, is sky mixed with any other things? No, because of its subtle nature. And soul is very subtle, the subtlest superlative degree. So it has no contamination. It is never contaminated. Only the contamination is there in this gross and the subtle body. And based on that gross and subtle bodies, we are getting different bodies, and we are suffering. Yes. Odiya, do you want to read this?
Okay, Mataji. O son of Bharata, as the sun alone illuminates all this universe, so does the living entity, one within the body, illuminate the entire body by consciousness.
Yes. So now how can we understand that small 10,000th part of the tip of the hair, that small living entity is able to do all this, is able to control this whole body, right? The comparison is given of the sun, like how sun alone, right, can illuminate can illuminate all this universe, and does similarly just the living entity by its consciousness, the soul. Now we have some light at one end of the house, right? At one end of the room we have light, and is it illuminating the whole room? Do we have light everywhere in the room? No, right? Isn't it? Yes. Is the light everywhere in the room?
Yes.
Light is there. Is the bulb everywhere in the room?
No.
Right. So the consciousness, even though bulb is there in at one corner, but light is spread everywhere. Like that, even the soul is there in the heart, just that small 10,000th part of the tip of the hair, anuparimana size soul, it is spreading its consciousness throughout the body, right? It's not very bewildering to understand this. Krishna is telling. Kshetra kshetragnayorevam antaram gnana chakshusha bhuta prakriti moksham cha te evidhuryanti te param. Vihan, you want to read this?
Okay, Mataji, one who knowingly sees the difference between a body and the owner of the body, and can understand the process of liberation from this bondage, also attains to the supreme goal.
Yeah. So yesterday we talked about Ishavashan principle, right? Do you guys remember anything from that? From that? Vidya, do you want to try? Did you remember anything?
The one where the soul is in the coverings?
Right. The soul is in the coverings, right? So I was telling about Ishavasham idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tektvena gunjita nadvida kashya sviddanam. Uh, I don't know if I emphasized it much yesterday. I was telling that Krishna is a proprietor. I was talking about how our consciousness should be. You remember?
That we are not the doer?
Right, right. That's one point. But I think you remembered it. So here, uh, yesterday we saw gulab jam example for soham favorite sweet is gulab jam. So we talked how the senses interact with the sense objects, and then saw that the soul is just watching all this. The soul is not actually doing anything. So uh, in the Ishavasham principle, we have to live with that consciousness. Now I'm just telling, but I'm still having. I ate a lot of sweets today, so I'm just telling, but I'm not having that realization, right? But if we follow Ishavasham principle, we can get out of this. We can get out of this bodily designation. We can get out that I'm not this body. I don't have to serve this body so much. So the consciousness is Krishna is a proprietor, right? Everything belongs to Krishna. Any animate and inanimate object, it belongs to Krishna. And what is mine? Whatever portion is given to me, I'll accept only that. Tena tektvena bunjita. Just whatever portion is often given to me to maintain this body, connect the body and soul together, I'll use only that much. And I'll not take any doership also. Because who is doing? Krishna's Prakriti is doing. Is it my Prakriti? Is it our Prakriti? No, right. It's Krishna's Prakriti. So Krishna and Krishna's Prakriti are doing everything. So what am I doing? I'm just a poor, insignificant soul who is just there, and Krishna so mercifully is helping me to navigate things. We have this consciousness, then what happens? We will this is the process of liberation from this bondage. And from by this knowledge, we can attain the supreme goal. Krishna is so kind that he is always with us as friend. If we can learn to treat him with our friendly love and affection, the reciprocation is permanent. And that is the highest success of a human form of life. So, and we feel it's told that we like how we can even count how many particles there on the sand, like sand particles are there in the beach, right? We can even count those particles, but we cannot count how many lifetimes we took essence. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it? We can count the grain system. We can count the sand particles in the beach. That also we can count essence, but we cannot count how many lifetimes we took. This human form of life is the rarest opportunity to get out of this cycle of birth and death. And we have to take utmost, we have to be very serious and take utmost advantage of it. Okay? All our material qualifications are like big zeros. Adding Krishna is like putting one before all these zeros. If the whole success is there just by taking up Krishna consciousness, just by chanting the holy name. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam Kalau, Nastyeva, Nastyeva, Nastyeva Nagataramit. There's no other way. No other way. That's the easiest process. Krishna is giving us so much. It feels, I think we're almost end of the chapter. Yeah. Everything that exists emanates from Krishna. Everything that exists emanates from the Lord, from Krishna. So so Krishna, he's coming as Karnadakshay Vishnu, isn't it? And from Karnadakshay Vishnu only the Prakriti is coming, Jivas are coming, Kala Shakti is coming. Everything is coming from Karnadakshay Vishnu only. And Karnadakshay Vishnu, from where he's coming? He's coming from Krishna, ultimately. Yeah. Peace formula. Soham, what's the peace formula?
What?
What is the peace formula, Soham?
Bhagdana Vidavsa Sarva Loka Shvansuitam Sarva Bhutana Natam Apshani Michati.
Haribol. You want to read this? What's there on the slide?
Please, Farma, Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. Krishna is the supreme controller. Krishna is our only well-wishing friend.
Haribol. Krishna is the only well-wishing friend. Yes, Vihan, you want to read this?
Mataji, Krishna is God, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is a person, he has a Shamsunda form. Krishna is Satchitanand, existence, consciousness, and bliss, respectfully.
Haribol. Yeah, please. We'll quickly go to the next chapter. So we are continuing 14th chapter. In the 14th chapter, it's all about the modes of material nature. This chapter will be interesting. We already saw some of the very nice pictures in our level 1. So it's really interesting chapter. So the blessed Lord said, again I shall declare to you, this supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages have attained the perfect, supreme perfection. So Krishna is going to, it's all about gnana, it's all about knowledge. So Krishna is telling that he'll give the best knowledge so that you can reach supreme destination. Sarvayonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavantyah te tasam brahma mahadhyonir aham bija pradah pita. Tanya, you want to read the translation?
It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and I am the seed-giving father.
Yeah. So here, who is this personality? Vihan, who is this personality here?
Lakshay Vishnu.
Right. What are all these bubbles?
The universes.
Right. And who is there in each universe here?
No. What?
Who is there in this universe? In each universe here?
Lakshay Vishnu.
Yes. Haribol. So Krishna is telling, so all these universes, everything is coming from the pores of Karnodakshay Vishnu. So Krishna Krishna is telling that Aham Bija Prajapita, I am the seed-giving father. So you remember in that diagram, the Kala Shakti and Jiva Shakti are coming from whom? Udyat, the Kala Shakti and Jiva Shakti are coming from whom?
Kannada Vishnu.
Karnodakshay Vishnu. So that's what Krishna is telling, that he is the seed-giving father for all the living entities. Right. By becoming fixed in this knowledge, one can attain to the transcendental nature of like my own. Thus established, one is not born at the time of creation or disturbed at the time of dissolution. Tanya and Soham, you remember those pictures? I think you took the snapshot. Is it the creation? How the Brahmanas are coming? How all the living entities are? Brahma is coming. You remember those things? Little bit or forgot?
I forgot.
Forgot?
My memory
Okay.
isn't that good.
No, that's okay. That's completely fine. So, mm, so this is all about that only. Let me quickly pull that up. Tanya and Soham, did you guys remember this? Something? I mean, I'll explain this, but just you remember that we saw this before, right? No? Yes or no? I didn't hear you.
No.
Okay, it's okay. So here we have Krishna. So here he's Krishna. Okay. So from Krishna, Karnodakshay Vishnu is coming. So Karnodakshay Vishnu is having hundreds and hundreds of legs, hundreds and hundreds of heads.
The
Yes?
leaves
Sorry?
the computer won't mute.
You were asking me some question? No?
No. The
Okay.
computer wouldn't mute, so I raged at it.
The computer?
Nothing.
Okay. I didn't catch you guys. Okay. So from Krishna, Karnodakshay Vishnu is coming. So he's one of Vishnu coming from Krishna. So from Karnodakshay Vishnu, the Jivas and Kala Shakti, the time, are coming. So like our pores are there, no? Skin pores. Like from Karnodakshay Vishnu's pores, like how the bubbles are coming, like that the different bubbles are coming. Okay. So and then they're entering into Prakriti, and so Garbhodakshay Vishnu from Karnodakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu is entering into each Brahmanda, and from there Brahma is coming on the lotus. So these are the 14 planetary systems. I think you, Ujjal and Vihan, you both remember this all right?
Mostly.
Yeah, most of it.
Okay, good. So we'll see if it's a little difficult, then we can get there. And I'm pretty sure you both remember most of it. So what Krishna is telling is, when you get this knowledge, when you get this whole thing, then what happens is you'll come out of this Brahmanda. You'll go out of the Brahmanda, and then you'll not come again. You'll not be born at the time of creation, and you'll not be disturbed at the time of dissolution. Did you catch this point? If one becomes transcendental, if one gets a nature like Krishna, then when Karnadaksha Vishnu is glancing over Prakriti, then will the Jiva enter into Prakriti again? Is it possible? No, right, exactly. So again, he won't enter into the creation, and he won't be disturbed at the time of dissolution, because he's out of the samsara, he's out of the cycle of birth and death when he takes up Krishna consciousness. Okay. Mama yonirmahad brahma tasmin garbham dadamyaham sambhavah sarvabhutanam atho bhavati bharata. Vihan, you want to read?
The translation.
Right.
Okay. The total material substance called Brahman is the source of birth, and it is making that Brahman that I impregnate, making possible the birth of all living beings, O son of Bharata.
So, this is what exactly I told in the story, that the total material substance is called Brahman. That here Krishna is using the term Brahman, but the total material substance, we know it as Mahatattva. So Brahman is used at different names at different times based on the situation. But for now, you can just think it as Brahman, the source of birth, and it is that Brahman that I impregnate. So you remember Karna Daksha Vishnu, he'll keep all the 23 material elements inside his womb, right in the abdomen. You remember? From there, the lotus flower comes. Okay? Did you guys remember? Okay, good. So that Brahman, the 23 elements, is there in the Garbhodaksha Vishnu, making possible the birth of all living beings. So first living being who comes from that pinda, we call it, or from that uh, from the 23 elements, the lotus flower comes, and then Brahma is sitting, and with Brahma all the jivas are there with Brahma, and Brahma will give all the gross and subtle bodies to every living entity, right? So all these things are happening because of that 23 elements which are there, which are impregnated by Garbhodaksha Vishnu in the womb for 1,000 divya years, right? Did you all catch the point? Is it okay? Okay. It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this nature, and that I am the seed-giving father. Same thing Krishna is telling. So, the material nature consists of the three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. When the living entity comes in contact with nature, he becomes conditioned by the modes. So, when the living entity is covered by Prakriti, when the living entity is covered by subtle and the gross bodies, then he is conditioned by the modes. Then we have three gunas: sattva, rajas, and tamas. Sattva guna, uh, balance, harmony, positive, peace, clarity, light, creativity, openness, and intelligence. All these are different characters of sattva guna person. If a person is sattva guna, he'll show all these characters. If a person is in rajas, he'll have movement. So if we have to do any activity, we should be in the rajoguna actually. If we are in sattva guna, we cannot do many activities. And then energy, excitement, passion, desire, agitation, anxiety, egotism. Mostly will have these things. If most of the people will have this, and many people will be in tamoguna also, inertia, inactivity. There is a fine line between sattva-guna and tamoguna. We can easily identify. And negative, apathy, dullness, dark, delusion, depression, and ignorance. This is tamoguna. So the food also affects the mind and the body. The practice of yoga, hence the practice of yoga should hence be coupled the right kind of food. So doing japa or doing some pranayama or whatever activity with that coupled with proper diet is very important to maintain one in proper guna, whether it's sattva guna, rajaguna, or tamoguna. So sattvic person he usually eats fresh fruits and vegetables, fruit juices, salads, dry fruits. Person who is in Rajasic, he eats chili more, tea, coffee, pickles, soap, food, onion, garlic, fish, eggs. The person who is in Tamogun, he eats alcohol, he drinks alcohol, eats frozen, leftover, fried food, beef, pork. This, these are some basic things. Okay. Um, Udit, you want to read this?
All of it?
Maybe sixth one, and then seventh one Vihan can take, and eighth one I'll take.
Okay. O sinless one, the mode of goodness being purer than the others is illuminating and it frees one from all sinful reactions. Those situated in that mode become conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge.
The mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longings. O son of Kunti, because of this embodied living entity is bound to material fruitive action.
Yeah. O son of Bharata, know that the mode of darkness born of ignorance is delusion of all embodied living entities. The results of this mode are madness, indolence, and sleep, which bind the conditioned soul. So here we saw Krishna is giving a brief explanation about the three modes. For a person who is in the mode of goodness, the mode of goodness actually binds that person by happiness and knowledge. This he's if we have to consider mode of goodness, he's a person, usually they're scientists. They're actually more in the mode of goodness. But and they're bound by that happiness. They'll think that they'll be doing that same experiment for many years, and they'll think they'll get some sense of happiness out of it just by doing that activity. And the mode of passion, he's having unlimited desires. He'll jump here and there like monkey. I want this, I want that, I want this also, I want that also. I want building also, I want 10 cars also. I want good wife also. I want nice children also. He have unlimited desires and longings. And darkness, his madness, indolence, and sleep. He'll not take care of his family also properly. He'll be very morose and mad for whatever, in whatever condition he is. O chief of the Bharatas, when there is an increase in the mode of passion, the symptoms are of great attachment, uncontrollable desire, hankering, and intense endeavor develop. So this is mode of passion. See this person is having so much. We can see that person. He's envious. He's hankering for something intense endeavor to get that object. Uncontrollable desire. He cannot control it. He cannot check it. He'll not be satisfied. He'll not be satisfied with one gold coin. He want all the gold coins, right? This is person who is in the mode of passion. He's not satisfied with whatever little that we get to maintain this body. No, I want everything. This is actually mode of passion. Okay. Yes. Same order. Ujjat, you want to go?
Okay, Mataji. O son of Bharata, the mode of goodness conditions one to happiness, passion conditions one to fruitive action, and ignorance covering one's knowledge blinds one to madness.
Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. O son of Bharata, sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and other times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy.
Right. The manifestation of the mode of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of the body are eliminated by knowledge. So So the person, the first point is really important. So how the mode of, if a person is in mode of goodness, how he's still in this body, how he's not coming out of the body. He's knowing that he's not this body. He may not be knowing, but he's happy in these nine gates. So that happiness is binding that person to be in that body. Right? Did you all get the point? The happiness that he's getting being in that body is making him bound in that body. He don't want to get out of that body because he's happy being in this body. Okay. So passion person, he has fruitive activities. Means today I have a target. I have to finish this target. Oh, I achieved that. And then I have one more target. Now something higher than this. And then later higher than that. And then higher than that. And then it goes on and on and on and on and on. When where there's a stop. No stop. That is mode of passion. And ignorance, he doesn't do anything. He's just mad, he's taking intoxicants, he's drinking alcohol, and he's just happy in his own world. Actually, the person who is in ignorant also is not very happy. Taking all those is not very happy, but he wants something different. He don't want to do like all the other people does. He wants something new. So he want to experience something better. And for that, because of lack of proper association, he'll get into this unwanted things. Right? And the next one, so this, as we were talking before, also this point that only mode of goodness, only mode of passion, only mode of ignorance never exist. Three things will always be there. But if you say someone is sattvic, that means mode of goodness is predominant in that person. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have passion and ignorance. One has to sleep, means ignorance has to be there. If one has to do an activity, passion has to be there. But if a person is predominantly showing goodness qualities, we say him he's in the mode of goodness. But usually there is always a competition, cutthroat competition between the goodness, passion, and ignorance. So there is always a competition, and the time also influences. In the mornings, the Mangalarti time before the sunrise, it's all in the mode of goodness. So naturally, the person feels much better if you wake up early and do the spiritual activities in the morning. It feels so nice because naturally the time is also in the mode of goodness, and it actually helps the living entity to progress, and we have to do it. It's very nice. It's actually very, very important for our spiritual progress to wake up early before the sunrise. Okay. So the mode of goodness means what I told. It's just switching on the light, isn't it? You remember the mode of passion and ignorance are like darkness. The mode of goodness is switching on the light. So we can see that we are not this body. The body is different from the soul. Right? You guys remember that? Okay. Okay. So, O son of Kuru, when there is an increase in the mode of ignorance, madness, illusion, inertia, the darkness are manifested. When one dies in the mode of goodness, what happens when a person dies? When a person in mode of goodness dies, so he goes to the higher planets. He goes to Swarga. Okay. So mode of goodness means Sattva Guna. We saw this before also. Right. So purest in real happiness and knowledge, free from sinful reactions, and equal to all, and they go to the higher planets. So these personalities they go to the higher planets. Here, the four African girls have created a generator that produces 6 hours of electricity using only 1 liter of urine as fuel. Interesting, isn't it? When one dies in the mode of passion. So, in the mode of goodness, person, when he dies, he goes to the higher planets. Tomorrow I'll ask, okay? The person who dies in the mode of goodness, he goes to the higher planets. So, next, the person who dies in the mode of passion, he takes birth among those engaged in the fruitive activities. And then when one dies in the mode of ignorance, he takes birth in the animal kingdom. So, if a person dies in the mode of passion, then whatever activity that he wants to do predominantly, then Krishna will arrange such a way that he'll get that opportunity to enjoy that particular thing. But if a person is in the mode of ignorance, see, if a person is exposing so much, then Krishna will give body of a tree because tree doesn't need to wear anything, right? If a person is so much, he's a meat eater, then he'll get a body of lion, a tiger, carnivore. If a person is sleeping too much, then he'll get a body of a polar bear. So the polar bear can sleep 6 months in a year, right? And if a person is eating something stale, stinky things, then he'll get a pig body the next life. It's quite the laws of material nature are very stringent. If you know it, if you don't know it, it doesn't matter. Hardly matters actually. If we know it, the better we know it, the best we can take action to avoid all those things. So we have the life manual, and if you're not reading the life manual, who is at loss? The person who is not reading the life manual is at loss, isn't it? Right? Some people have the impression that when the soul reaches the platform of human life, it never goes down again. This is incorrect. According to this verse, if one develops mode of ignorance, after his death, he is degraded to the animal form of life. From there, one has to again elevate himself by the evolutionary process to come again to the human form of life. So, Prabhupada is slashing down this misconception that some people think that if I get a human body, then no longer I go to an animal body. No, this verse is clearly telling, Krishna is clearly telling, the person, if he behaves a whole life in the mode of ignorance, then he has to take birth in the animal kingdom. No other go. Eating meat in this life, in the future, he will become a tiger. See, if one indulges in meat eating anyway, it is to be understood that he is acting in ignorance and is making his future very dark. Dark means what? Getting the animal kingdom. It takes many lifetimes again to come back to the human platform. From the mode of goodness, the real knowledge develops, and from mode of passion, greed develops, and from mode of ignorance, develop foolishness, madness, and illusion. Passion. People become greedy, and their hankering for sense enjoyment has no limit. So he always wants more, unlimited desires. So there is always a tug of war between Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. So this we all saw this. So I know I almost remember what you told last time. You want to tell again? When do you guys wake up? What is your
For,
waking up time?
for school or for weekend?
School.
7:30.
What about a weekend then?
8:30.
Sleep time?
10 or 10:30.
Both in the weekend and weekdays?
For me, yeah. For him,
For me, I wake up around 6 in
Yeah.
school days, and then in weekends like 7:30 or
No.
8, or sometimes 8 or 8:30.
Vihan is not letting you tell. Okay, what about night? When do you guys sleep? 10:30?
And 10 to 10:30, yeah.
Right. Not bad. So what type of books you read? I know you all read bhakti books, isn't it? Vihan, what's your current book? Which book you're reading currently?
sometimes comics and sometimes spiritual books.
Which book? Which spiritual book?
Like, I forgot the name. I forgot the
What's a comic book then? I don't know. I don't have much idea, but I'll just see.
like Dog Man.
I don't know. Okay. Is it interesting book? What is there in it mostly?
Like about a dog and a man fused together. And then
Oh, I see. Interesting. What about you, Udyat? Which book you're reading?
Chaitanya Chaitamrit.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol. So, okay, sleeping time also I got to know. Good. So those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. We already saw all this. Those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planets, and those in the abominable mode of ignorance go down to the hellish worlds. When one properly sees that in all activities no other performer is at work than these modes of nature, and he knows the Supreme Lord who is transcendental to all these modes, he attains my spiritual nature. So so Krishna is, do you feel that Krishna is telling the same thing again and again, isn't it? But because Krishna wants us to get this, to if he hit nail to the wall once, will the nail go inside? Is it possible? If we hit the nail once to the wall, can the nail go in? Vihan, what do you say? If we hit the nail, if we hit the nail to the wall, if we hit just once, can the nail completely go inside the wall?
No.
No, right. If you have to hit it again and again, you have to hit on the same spot again and again, isn't it?
Yeah.
So similarly with Krishna, Krishna is telling the same thing again and again, hitting the nail again and again, so that it gets deep inside. Okay. So this is the mode of goodness, and this is mode of passion or ignorance. We have two options to choose, whether to be happy or sad. So it depends on the consciousness that we develop. When the embodied being is able to transcend these three modes, he can become free from birth, death, old age, and their distresses, and can enjoy nectar even in this life. Arjuna inquired, "O my dear Lord, by what symptoms is one who is transcendental to those modes? What is his behavior, and how does he transcend the modes of material nature?" These were the two questions that Arjuna asked later. So we'll continue this in the next class. Okay, we'll stop here. Yes, Vihan, which song today?